It is an initiative that really benefits the children, and I think as teaching staff and as a school that was the most important thing for us, that it was not something that was just going to be another initiative that sort of we did for a few months and then it sort of left. We wanted to do something that was really going to make a difference to the children that we teach, and it certainly has done that.
It makes a big difference, and we all feel a lot happier now because all the classes know about rights and everyone enjoys learning about them.
It's made a strong difference about the way I kind of look at things and the way I see things, and I think the way that I know that I can make a difference. I think it's just kind of changed, it's kind of shaped me as a person by coming to a rights respecting school.
Children who are aware of their rights and aware that the school that they are in upholds their rights, are happy, they're confident, they know that if there are issues that they can talk about those issues, and therefore behaviour is improved.
I first became aware of the rights respecting school because one of our primary schools, one of our associated primary schools, had been involved in the programme. The young people coming from the school when they came to secondary school were very, very positive about the process. They suggested that we become involved.
From 2005, when I joined the school with the executive head teacher, Vani Nandabalan, we both had placed great value on global citizenship. It was an interest of ourselves and also the leadership team. We serve quite a diverse community, we're socioeconomically and culturally, so it gave us a very clear language of rights, which was based with humanitarian values, which we thought that everybody could understand.
I felt that it fitted perfectly with the existing ethos in the school. I didn't feel it was something that we would have to go off on a tangent in order to embrace this. I felt it fitted perfectly with the aims and the objectives, the vision of the school.
The resources from Unicef, the advice from Unicef, the criteria that has to be met, it's not there for nothing. It's there because it works, and I think it sums an awful lot up for us, and it guides us, it keeps us on the right path.
Our rights respecting school is a place where you feel safe and a place that you think that you belong. Like we all feel like we're like a part of this school.
First of all, even starting up, even registering for it is demonstrating a commitment that the whole school is committed to it, and that's everybody. That's governors, that's parents, that's children, that's teachers. So everybody was on board. And once we had established that we had that commitment from everybody, then we were ready to go and we were ready to register.
Well, first of all, we started to have the conversations about what rights respecting school was about. So we really started off trying to win hearts and minds. And once we'd won those hearts and minds, then it was really about processes and how we took that forward.
I mean, there's definitely this golden thread that runs through right from the child right through up to governance. At each layer, it permeates policy, decision making, planning, and also the lessons, the learning that's taking place.
All of the stuff we do all links back to the main rights respecting, rights of a child's kind of ethos, so the whole school is just all about rights respecting.
We started off with small projects and it grew from there. I found our keenest advocates were young people themselves, the children in class, who were really keen to learn about different topics in a different fashion, about their rights, and they started the ball rolling really.
You learn about maths, you learn about English, but rights is a big part of a child's education.
One of the most important things was the charters, the classroom charters, and children buying up to that, and children actually saying that it wasn't about rules and it wasn't about sanctions. It was about the children creating the charters together with their teachers, and that was really important. It's not that the children are doing it alone, the teachers are doing it alone, it's working in partnership for this. The children were very, very good at that. The children actually found that something they thoroughly enjoyed.
We have charters, they're agreements to make, and it's what the agreement is, what the child can do to make sure that this agreement stays, and what the adult's going to do to help that.
The kind of processes that we work towards are much more participative.
So you will get to meet all 6 candidates and ask them your sets of questions.
This morning I'm sure you saw the recruitment process beginning for the head teacher. When the young people became aware that I was leaving the school and that there was going to be a new head teacher, their first reaction was, and how are we going to be involved in recruiting this new head teacher? So they were very, very keen that their voice was going to be heard.
A lot of children don't really have a say, and to be involved in decision making and things, like we are just doing involved in choosing a new head teacher, so that makes you feel good.
When they usually come in the morning, we do something called a check-in with the children, where we just basically see how they're getting on, how they're feeling. We also make sure that the children know who to go to in case, if there are any problems. If it's not the teaching staff, it would be the support staff. Our head teacher is wonderful. He always has his door open for the children to come in and see him about any problems. We have suggestion boxes. Each class has a school council leader, so they know that they can go and speak to them and they will bring any issues to the school council.
We also have a school council award where we give somebody an award who's done something to do with that right and they've respected it during that week.
The first time I ever heard of a rights respecting school or what the rights were was when Arthur came in here, and if truth be known, he's educated us on what it is, myself and my wife. It was eye-opening at the start, and it was even kind of the list of rights sparked debate, and human rights. I mean, did I really understand what human rights were at that stage? Not a jot. And I think, that's priceless stuff to grow citizens. I mean, if you think about how complicated the world is becoming, you need some firm basis from which to work.
Well, I mean, it's pretty amazing. The school's amazing anyway as a parent, but as a governor, you can see firsthand the effect that being a rights respecting school has on everybody at the school. So that's the staff, the children, the parents. It has an effect on everybody across the board completely.
What they do get taught at this school is very empowering for them in turn. So, they go out into the community being just better citizens.
It's not just one thing that they come to school with and that's where it finishes. They then leave school and they go out into the community, and what they've learnt at school about being a rights respecting citizen, they can then take and use it, hopefully, out with school, and then hopefully as they grow up and they go into a job or go into a family and become part of a family. It's that kind of ethos that can be taken at school but put anywhere else in their lifestyle.
I think it's a wonderful way to work with children because it makes every conversation you have with the children is very specific, because it's a real opportunity to have conversations with them that I didn't think you could have with children of this age.
I could see that you knew and you'd learned about gender equality. So next step was to share.
We learn and we don't keep it to ourselves, but we tell others, and we change the world. Yes. We're change makers.
We can help make it more calm, so there's no arguing, that everyone has their own opinion and you shouldn't be rude to people about this.
Without being old or wise or anything, they have a little bit of maturity about them, because they're talking about things, not just repeating what their parents are saying. They're actually finding their own path and making their own opinions and speaking from that. And people speak differently. Kids speak differently when they come from that place.
There is much less of a distance between the young people in the school and the staff just now. There is still respect for teachers, and in fact I would say that there's more respect for teachers, that certainly the teachers are much more respected, because young people do understand that they have their best interests at heart.
Being in the rights respecting group as well as the rights respecting school, it's made me feel a lot more responsible. It's made me a lot more comfortable in school and confident.
If we genuinely value a democratic society, if we genuinely value a society where everyone is equal, where everyone is respected, then the school has got to model that.
There are many things that schools are asked to do, and there's not enough time in our day and our lives to do it. We feel pressured as teachers. we feel pressured to get things done. We put pressure from Eston, from the Welsh Government, from a local authority, from our parents. But this is about something to stop and have a real think. What does it give our children? You have the opportunity here to make a difference, and this is something that can work for you as a school. It's worked for us, and I'm sure it will make a continued difference. And if that's what you're about, this is for you.
It has been so much more than I ever envisaged it could possibly be. And I don't think any school who gets involved in this will regret it in any way. I think it will only open more doors and create greater opportunities, but we would certainly encourage other people to get involved.